Ladies and gentlemen, cheers wherever you are today. I hope you're having a great day. So today I want us to talk about a concept known as personal development and personal growth. But before we talk about this, I want you to take a time, kindly subscribe to our channel in case you are not, so that we can continue to inspire and motivate you and make a better version of yourself. So today I want us to talk about this concept known as personal growth and personal development. This is not something new to many of us. To some of us it might be new, but I know most of us understand this particular concept. So what is the genesis of personal growth? What is the genesis of personal development? So before you start thinking about personal development or personal growth, it means in one way or the other you are unsatisfied with the performance you are getting, or you want to improve in a particular area. So remember, as human beings, we are multi-dimensional. We have our health, we have our social life, we have our financial life, we have a different variety of aspects we have to look at so that you can develop a wholesome human being. Remember, your intention is to be the better version of yourself so that you can be able to conquer, number one, yourself, then conquer the environment you are in so that you can make it a better place than you found it. I hope that is the best dream we have in this world. So what is personal development? What is personal growth? It is an intentional process where you want to improve in a particular aspect of life. It might be your general personal skills. It might be your health. It might be your wealth and all that. But basically, I've clustered all this development into two. Number one, I'll talk about the things you do that will help you win yourself. And then number two, all the things you do that will help you win other people. So in one way or the other, you will be working to improve on these particular skills so that it can set you at pace, it can set you ahead, and make you a better version of what you have been delivering. So there are many aspects you can discuss in personal growth, on personal development, but today I want to discuss 5 things which can take you ahead and be able to help you to be better and grow in a faster rate. So number one, I'll talk about self-realization. The concept of self-realization dictates that you need to know yourself first. You need to understand the actual capacity you have as of today. You need to know what do you stand for. You need to know what do you want to achieve. You need to know what is this thing you are lacking. So in a summary, we normally say you need to perform a self introspection, asking yourself these particular questions. Number one, what is your knowledge? What is your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your opportunities? What are your threats? A good mastery of this will set you in a pace of self-realization, because with a clear mandate, with a clear understanding of what you really stand for, that is when you can set the pace on what you need to improve on what you need to maximize on what you need to do or reduce or apply anything. I like using the concept I learned from the blue ocean strategy, which is called value innovation. So self-realization should be intertwined with value innovation. In value innovation, the basic concept is this. Number one, you need to look at things in your life which you need to increase, because these are the things which are making you a better person and they make value in you. So what are these things you need to improve? You need to increase their impact in your life. Number two, look at things you need to eliminate. Look at things you need to eliminate. There are some things maybe you are doing in your life which they don't add any value, but instead they take a lot of time, they take a lot of resources from your hand. What are these things you need to eliminate? Then talk about things you need to create. These are things which are new. You don't possess them as at the moment, but you need to create them so that you can be a better version of yourself. Then you talk about things you need to reduce. So remember, there are two versions of it. Number one is what you need to improve or you need to create. Number two, what is these things you need to eliminate or reduce. When you talk about reducing, it means you have been doing it overly, and maybe you need to sit down and think about them. So the first priority is self-realization. The second thing you need to do is what is called being intentional. Without a resolute decision that I really want to develop myself, I really want to work on myself, I really want to work on this particular aspect of myself, things might be hard. Remember, changing is not as easy as you may want. Change is a process. You need to change whatever you've been doing or how you've been doing or improve. That's the things we talked about when you talk about self-realization. This is a process. It means you are going out from the normal. And going out from the normal routine requires a lot of intentionality. So be intentional. That is the second point I want you to talk about. Number three, I want you to be more accountable. Increase accountability. I want you to take more responsibility about your life, about your schooling, about your education, about your business. Whenever you take responsibility, it means you are not bringing in issues of excuses and blame game and all that. With responsibility comes more results. It means you actually take account of what you are doing. You are actually free to take responsibility of the results of your actions. With such a mindset, it sets you to be accountable. It sets you to think of results before you actually do anything. And that is what you need to help you propel your growth journey. So we have talked about three things so far. We have talked about one, the journey of self-realization. We have talked about being intentional. And then thirdly, we have talked about increasing your accountability and responsibility. Number four, I want you to check on your association. Who are we spending most of the time with? What kind of friends do you have? What kind of mentors do you have? What kind of colleagues do you involve yourself in? Because there's a quote that you are the average of the 5 people you are spending a lot of time with. So you need to look at your association. What kind of friends are you keeping? Are you keeping people who are really true to themselves and they'll push you with the reality? Are you keeping people who want to please you even if you are in a mess? Or are you keeping company of people who will listen to your bullshit and tell you, my friend, that is bullshit? Are you keeping people who will tell you the reality that, Patrick, whatever you're doing today, you are messing up. You need to wake up. Are you keeping people who will inspire you? Are you keeping people when you see at what they are, when you look at what they are doing, you feel like, now, this is a challenge I want. This is a challenge I need so that you can grow. So ask yourself that important question. What kind of friends do you have? What kind of associations do you have? How often do you spend time with a different group of people? Those are the things I want you to see so that you can be able to grow. The last point is being comfortable, being in uncomfortable situations. Personal growth is not as easy as we may desire, and it's not as hard as you may imagine, but it is something which requires us to have resolute intention, resolute consistency, and a continuous process. And when you talk about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations, it means you are really ready to work out of your comfort zones. If you want to join the 5 a.m. club, it means you have to clear your sleep. If you're talking about changing your associations, it means creating networks. It means talking to people you have not been talking. If you are talking about improving on something, it means increasing the way you have been doing things. It means having a different kind of thinking. Remember, complacency breeds contempt. So all the growth process requires you to go out of your comfort zone. It requires you to start doing things differently. And this might demand a different kind of thinking, a different kind of energy and effort, a different kind of time management, a different kind of self-management. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers. With such kind of new demands, it means the life you have been living might need to be changed, and it can be pressure on you at the start, but if you are resolute enough, this is something you need to go for so that you can be able to develop yourself. So to close on this, let us do a summary of the 5 key things. So number 1, self-realization. Number 2, make it intentional. Number 3, check on your association. Number 4, increase on your accountability and responsibility. And finally, learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. With this, I can assure you that you're going to see a difference in how you relate yourself to yourself, on how you relate to other people, on how you perform in your business, on how you perform in your workplace, and generally on your personal skills and all the other skills. Remember, the mantra is doing everything you need to do so that you can be able to win yourself and be able to win others to do what you want to be done. So thank you so much for being together in this session. In case you have not subscribed, kindly do so, and I really appreciate your support. Thank you.